yesterday, 198 new cases. That moves our 7-day average to 99.1. And if you can look here at the tier system, that's dangerously close to moving us backwards to tier 1. So we're currently in tier 2 with a little bit, more relaxed restrictions. But if we move back to tier 1, that's going to increase the restrictions and kind of lock us down even further. So the way the tier system works is we need to stay. They're looking at a 14-day average. So again, like the reporting doesn't really match the mandate, so you kind of have to do it on your own. Which is why there's that great Google Docs Google Docs spreadsheet that I showed you folks yesterday, where you can get the kind of raw data, so you can kind of do it on your own. It's kind of sad that we have to do it on our own, but that's what it is. We have to stay below 100, right? Or from 100 to 50, and we got to get below 50, and that's a 14-day average, right? In order to move to a less restrictive tier 3. But with the bump up in cases, that kind of threatens us, moving us back to tier 1. And I'm pretty sure a lot of businesses and a lot of people aren't happy about that. So again, that doesn't just affect businesses, that affects us, like regular gatherings, like household gatherings and stuff. Reducing the number of people that you can have come and visit you, or if you're going to go out and go to the beach, or just get together in groups. Moving to tier 1 is going to be a lot more restrictive. So that's kind of concerning, right? So here it says here, to move back to a more restrictive tier, if we meet a previous tier's average daily case count for 2 weeks in a row, we will move back to a previous tier, right? So that's 2 weeks. If we get another bump up if we get another close to 200, that's gonna move us way above 100, right? And then we would need to drop down to sub 50 numbers or whatever to bring us back down. So starting from today, we're gonna have to look at the daily counts, and hopefully it goes down like dramatically. Hopefully yesterday's reporting was an anomaly at 198, because previously we were well below 100, right? I mean, let's see. I don't know if we can actually. Let's bring up the raw data file. Oh, I have it bookmarked right here. So if we go all the way down, let's see, state, 198 cases, right? Let's go back up, 89 cases. That was 10th. On the 9th, we had 90 cases. On the 8th, we had 80 cases, right? And then on the 7th, we had 53 cases. So that's not, I don't know, that's not looking very good. So hopefully everybody, and again, like the whole mask thing, I'm not a big mask believer, because I don't think masks do enough in order to bring down the numbers. Just because you're wearing a mask and you're going around and you're going out and you're gathering, or you're going to events, or you're going to the shopping mall, that's not going to keep the spread down, right? because most of the spread is through, like just regular casual contact, and you may or may not have a mask on if you're in the house, right? Or if you're going to work or whatever, you're coming into contact with other employees. Um, there's also the clusters, right? That could be attributing to the large number. Like for example, there was the big cluster at the prison, so maybe that's included in this number. That's why the numbers were so high. We don't know because they don't tell us what's in the numbers. But anyway, uh, it's more like just isolating yourself and staying away from groups and crowds, and that kind of sucks. But the the counting on masks is kind of a false sense of security. So I know, like, if you have to go out, if you have to go to work or whatever, yeah, you have to wear the mask. But again, it's still like a false sense of security, right? We know that the virus spreads through contact surfaces, and while masks are mandated, wearing gloves are not. And you can still touch your eyes because your eyes are not covered by a mask. So, so yeah, masks are great and everything. It gives people a sense of confidence, but it's false. Uh, really, just the isolation and staying away from groups is kind of the only way to keep this thing from moving around. So yeah, that's my concern. My concern is uh, I do not want to go back to tier one. I would love to move down to tier three and eventually tier four. Uh, if I were to put money on it, I wouldn't put money on it anytime soon. Uh, tier three, I don't know. I'm kind of expecting us to maybe hit tier three by the spring or summer, but that's just a guess. Um, I don't know what the experts are saying, but like the mayor was telling us that hopefully we would get to tier three by Thanksgiving. That's not going to happen. He's saying, then he said, oh, maybe by Christmas. I would put money that that's not going to happen. New Year's, that's not going to happen. Spring is kind of hopeful, but again, I wouldn't put money on that either. So maybe, I don't know, maybe summer, depending on how the vaccine works out. But even with the vaccine, unless they vaccinate, a tremendous amount of people all at once, we're probably not going to see the number. The numbers are going to probably go down, not that drastically. I would think it'd kind of be a slow progression to a lower number, and you might see kind of more ups and downs. But the the possibility of these 200 new cases is still a possibility, even with the vaccine. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. That's my COVID update for today. I'm waiting to see what today's numbers are, and that might come out in the next hour or so. And then maybe I'll do another report, depending on how much it changes. Uh, but yeah, that's just where we are. Anyway, that's it for today, and stay safe. And yeah, just just you know isolate and um, I don't know. I've been playing video games. That's what I've been doing. Haven't been going out. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Um, let's just keep the numbers down. All right. See you later.